I have to move to New York. Do you see Michael proposing anytime soon? I just woke up from the dead and they told me you still not that girl.
She be mine on love. She did on love. Say she be mine on love. Say she did on love. Say she be mine on love. She did on love. Say she be mine on love.
Hey guys, it's Angui and welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you're new here. I am Angui Tacho. Whoa, I never say my last name. But if it's your first time here, make sure you guys subscribe. We're a good time over here. We want you guys to come back. For today's video, I have something fun for you guys. I'm gonna be doing a life update and Q&A. This is my first one of these, so I'm pretty excited. I asked you guys to ask me questions on Instagram about like my life, my relationship. I'm gonna have a great time answering these questions about myself and my life for you guys. Thumbs up this video and comment something nice down below for the algorithm. I just wanted to be dressed up a little, well, a lot of it for this video and just like look really nice. My outfit, I have on this lovely dress from Opali right now. I have on my Vivian Westwood necklace that I showed you guys in my last vlog, and of course I have on a JBW watch. And speaking of JBW, they are also sponsoring this video. JBW Watches is a luxury watch brand providing you with luxury timepieces at an affordable price. The watch that I'm wearing right now is the Mondrian 34, so this is the more petite or baby version to their Mondrian, which is more full size. And I actually have the same watch that I'm showing you in the full size, but I really wanted the petite version. When I want to dress up, I feel like a petite band with a small pretty face is really like classy, really luxurious. This watch has 16 genuine diamonds along with 180 Swarovski crystals. This is the two-tone version with gold and silver. I love the way that it sparkles and shines. I feel like this is the perfect amount of luxury to do with dress down looks and upscale looks. I absolutely love the two-tone watch because it allows me to wear gold and silver jewelry, which I naturally do anyway. I'm never really the type to wear just like all gold or all silver unless like I really try hard. So this watch definitely allows me to pair it with whatever jewelry I want. It goes along with all of my outfits. JBW right now is giving you guys early access to their Black Friday sale, so you guys will be able to shop a lot of deals on the website and you guys do not want to miss this. Like, I'm telling you, their watches are so bomb. And if you already have a JBW watch, this makes the perfect gift for a special someone or a loved one. I gave my mom a silver Mondrian for Mother's Day and she loved it. They have a style of watch for every girl, every woman. They have a lot of options and a lot of different colors, so you'll definitely be able to find something that you like. And if you guys shop the sale this Black Friday, make sure to use my discount code ANGUIBF. That will give you guys some extra money off. I'm gonna link the website down below in the description. Thank you so much to JBW for sponsoring this video, and let's get right on into these questions. I don't know, for some reason I thought that I wasn't gonna get a lot of questions, but there's like so many, like I can't even like read all of these, so I'm just gonna try and like browse through them. Because this is the most recent thing that has happened to me, I will talk about this question. Basically, I'm gonna kind of answer these three questions all in one. How's living in a new city? How's life in Atlanta? And then how is ATL different from Cincinnati? How do you like it? Because I can kind of like tie those all into each other. Living in a new city for me is great, actually. I feel like I'm the type of person that can kind of like adapt to new surroundings. Because of my job, YouTube, I am mostly in the house, so like it feels like I'm in a new city, but really not. Back when I was in Ohio, that's where I'm from, born and raised Cincinnati, Ohio, I was usually in the house more. I feel like the major difference is like my actual living space is a lot nicer. I have a lot more room, floor to ceiling windows. The space is more inviting, it's more open. There's a lot more things to do here. It kind of feels like a lot has changed, but nothing really has changed at the same time. Back in Ohio, I still had my own apartment, I still had my own car, I still was going out. But here in Atlanta versus Cincinnati, it just feels more like, yeah, kind of like my own life and more grown up because like I'm away from my family. Atlanta and Cincinnati are definitely very different, but me being here, I still feel like at home here in a sense because of my apartment. I feel like where I live is very homey, it's very me. I actually like being in my apartment. I moved to Atlanta in July and those 4 months went by very quickly, mostly because I'm still trying to like furnish my place. I would say that the major difference between Atlanta and Cincinnati is Atlanta, there's more people here. That's the one thing that's kind of really annoying, is traffic and parking. Also, I feel like more bad things can happen here. Like bad things happen everywhere, but I feel like I'm more so scared to be here. And I wouldn't really say scared all the time like I was when I first moved, but I feel like I have more paranoia here, and I'm more a little on edge when I'm outside. I'm just more careful here. I'm made myself more hyper aware of what is going on. I followed the page ATL Scoop. I don't know if that was a good thing or not. Like I have stopped watching like the stories on it and stuff because it just made me feel like crime was like gonna be at every corner that I turned or something bad would happen. But I haven't really had anything like actually been like a witness to anything bad that's happened. Basically all around what I'm trying to say is it's not too crazy of an adjustment for me because I stay in my house majority of the time. Like I don't have a 9 to 5, so I don't have to be like driving somewhere every single day. Someone did say like one of the other things about living here in ATL is that it's like luxury / money central. Everybody's like wearing their money, like their car. Like you can basically tell when people love to be flashy here, and whether or not I have nice things or I don't have nice things, like it's not like a big deal for me. Like one day I could go out looking like a bum, one day I could be dressed up regularly. But that was the funny thing here is like every friggin' body and their mom is driving a Benz, Range Rover, BMW. What's the car with the shield? Is that a Lamborghini or a Porsche? Like I feel like it can be a motivation in a way. Like I want to have save enough money to get this, save enough money to get that. My building is actually like a well-off like building, so like all the cars in the parking garage are all nice cars. I really do like that fact though, because I feel like people would be more careful with parking in our garage and like not hitting each other's cars. So I'm really happy with this apartment complex, the people who live here. Everything is going well so far. Like I haven't had any trouble. Like we're a non-smoking community. Like I really like the bougie community because baby, when something is happening they're gonna fix it. Someone asked me, what did you major in college, and are you ever going to use your degree? So I did graduate college in 2019. I graduated with a degree in marketing and public relations. So I did my marketing major and then I did like a public relations certificate just because I wanted to like just not do just marketing, because I felt like that's just very broad. And I did that because like I was doing social media then and I thought I could play into it, and I feel like it could, like I could have gotten a job at a marketing company or like for marketing for like maybe like a fashion brand or something like that. But I started just doing YouTube full time and it really panned out for me. I don't use my degree at all. Like being an influencer is marketing yourself. You're marketing yourself to others. You're marketing yourself to companies that want to work with you. But I really do feel like school did help me because it gave me a different kind of work ethic. It taught me a lot about myself, make friends, see this kind of people I like to be around, figure out the people I don't like to be around, just basically figure out the person that I want to be and meet people that are like me, meet people who aren't like me. I do feel like college is an investment socially as well as like networking. I feel like what helps you the most is networking and meeting people, because like your classes and all that stuff, it does matter like in terms of getting your degree, but like when you get out, some people don't use their degree. They get a job that doesn't involve their degree. They're not even using stuff that they learned in school. Like they teach you, train you, everything on the job. But somebody asked me, do I miss Ohio? Short answer, no. No, because like there's not really much to miss about Ohio except for my family. Like maybe the not having a lot of traffic, but no. So favorite part about moving to ATL, there's always something to do, and like just like meeting a bunch of people and having different places to go to, because I feel like in Cincinnati I was getting bored of like the social scene. Friends from college were always a good time, like really friendly, all that kind of stuff, but it's like we would go to the same places. And I know like being in ATL, like eventually I will like make my way around and keep wrapping around, but I feel like there's new places to discover, new people to meet all the time. And I love the fact that it's sunny here. Like we could get into some like relationship questions now, because I feel like a lot of people are asking me about that. So I'm gonna answer these two questions right here because they kind of go along with each other. It's how do you manage a long distance relationship? How do you and Michael make time for each other while he's in school and you're working 24/7? Just give a little bit of background. Michael is my boyfriend. We've been together for a little over a year and a half. I love him so much. Did I say his name was Michael already? We are in a long distance relationship, and I feel like a lot of people kind of may have gotten confused when I moved to Atlanta, because some people knew he lived in Georgia for school. He went to UGA, but that's in Athens, Georgia. So it was literally like when I moved here, we were packing his stuff up to send him to New York. My boyfriend helped me move here. That was like the best thing ever. He flew to Ohio and helped me drive the U-Haul truck all the way here. He drove all 8 hours. He said, you don't have to drive, you shouldn't have to drive. So currently I'm in Atlanta, Georgia, and my boyfriend lives in Brooklyn, New York. We at least have some form of communication every day. I'm kind of being able to go more with the flow. I was more so the person who was like, we have to talk on the phone every day, and I feel like I was more so like that because I'm more the person who's more laid back in life. Like Michael's a laid back person, but he does have a lot of stuff to do. I mean, YouTube, I do have a lot of stuff to do, but I have a flexible job and I don't have to go into the office. Like this question said, and while I'm working 24/7, so like that part is all the way, you got that all wrong, sis. You got that all wrong. Michael's not in school anymore. He has a big boy job, a boss man job, like not even a boy, a big man job. He's doing investment banking on Wall Street, and I'm doing YouTube, and I don't work 24/7. I mean, your life as an influencer never really turns off, but I wouldn't call it working 24/7. So now while he's at work and stuff, they go into the office in the early morning, and like sometimes they don't leave till like 9 p.m. at night. He doesn't have a lot of like work burden as he thought he was gonna have like normally if we weren't in a panoramic. Like they get to leave sometimes early, they get to work from home like 2 days out of the week, something like that. So it's actually more lax than he was expecting, which is really good for us right now. So we're not actually having a hard time managing long distance per se. Like we're kind of used to it because ever since we met we were long distance. Like I do miss him all the time, and I kind of am getting a little bit tired of it, but because of my financial status now, I'm able to do more flying back and forth. Like basically whenever I want, I can book a flight and go see him. More manageable now that I get to like just fly and see him whenever, and now like I usually stay like a week. It just lets me stay however long I want. Yeah, but basically managing long distance relationship has been like a difficult journey for us, but we're kind of like naturals at it now because it has been like basically 3 years because we've been long distance since we met, and it is getting a little bit easier, but you will never not like miss your partner. Whenever I see other couples and like they're hanging out, like I went to an event where it was like a lot of couples, I was just like wishing my boyfriend was there. When we get together, I wouldn't even take for granted the fact that we get to like leave a party together, go home, go back and chill, watch a movie, or even like skip a party altogether and just stay home and watch movies. I don't get to do that. Like if I wanted to do a date night this weekend with my boyfriend, I don't get to do that. If I wanted to go to Home Goods with my boyfriend and just have his help like going shopping with me, I wouldn't get to do that. So like I just miss doing like everyday life with him, and like I'm doing everyday life by myself. But I will say communication is key. Try to make up in love and care what you don't get in being around each other. Like you can't be in a long distance relationship and not be speaking words of love and affirmation, like because you already don't get the presence of that person, you have to like make up for it in bigger amounts in other ways, and we're still learning how to do that too. Like our relationship is not perfect. What else do you do aside from YouTube? Is YouTube your full-time job? Yes, YouTube is my full-time job. Thank you, Lord. Hallelujah. I am very grateful to say that because I don't think I could, well, I do think I could. I feel like I can really do anything that I put my mind to. I would not be wanting to work a 9 to 5 and doing YouTube. It would just be like a lot of work. Like it's doable, but it's a lot of work. Being an influencer, I would say, is my full-time job because I don't only do YouTube, I do Instagram as well. I post pictures for different companies, and I do get payment from that. Posting YouTube videos like the JBW sponsorships is mainly how I make my money. I do get ad revenue from YouTube. Yeah, I would say like my range is like 2K to 3K a month. Like one time, like my biggest ad revenue check from YouTube, I think it was like 4,000 or something like that. But y'all, that was when my videos were booming. I feel like when you're growing as a YouTuber is when your views are going crazy, and then like your audience kind of like settles in. But I feel like I would have had a more, like, you guys are super engaged, don't get me wrong, but there were a lot more of you. But when the panoramic happened, something like cut off in the algorithm somehow, some way. I don't know what happened. If you guys go back and look at my YouTube try on hauls and stuff before that happened, like my hauls were always getting like to 200 2K, all that kind of stuff. Like I had 700,000 views on the haul. Let me circle back. I was talking about ad revenue, but yeah, so I get like around 2K or so a month from ad revenue. Not enough to fund like the lifestyle that I'm living at all. Most of my money comes from sponsorships. I do make a lot of money from YouTube actually, and I'm really grateful for that. I'm really grateful for you guys. That's why I love doing giveaways. I love answering guys' DMs. Like anything you guys need from me, like I'm usually there because like I love you guys. And yes, YouTube is my, well, influencing is my full-time job, and I'm so grateful. Do you enjoy taking pictures? I love a good picture when it's time to go out. Like that's my favorite time to take a picture, when I'm all dressed up and ready to go out somewhere. But I don't enjoy the process of getting ready. Like I actually loathe it. Doing my makeup, doing my hair, like I just be in the mirror like, oh, when is this gonna be over? How am I doing mentally? And I think that I'm okay for the most part. Okay, basically the first half of this year, May, June, up until July, basically until like I moved, like those were the worst months of my life. Like especially March, April, May, and June. Yeah, a lot of stuff was just going on in my mind, emotionally, like in my relationship, just life in general. But I don't really think you guys could tell. Like I don't know, because I feel like I bring like a different persona to YouTube. Maybe if like I'm not on my socials as much is when you can tell. Like, I'm definitely doing better from that, but like I still do have my days, and I feel like most of my days occur when my cycle is coming up. And on my cycle, like y'all, I feel like I get depressed every time my period comes. I do think something has to do with like birth control. Like I felt like I was a super happy person before birth control, and then like I was like when I was in college, and then when I got on it consistently, I feel like my hormones and the person that I was, they kind of changed. Like I was still a funny person, like happy person. I feel like it's not as much, or something can more so upset me or make me sad like very easily now. I literally will just start crying for no reason. I don't know, maybe that's everybody, but I just know. You would become friends with people that are not a part of social media. Yes, I would, but like I mean I am already, because of like all the friends that I made in college. But it's kind of harder for like someone that's an influencer to make friends that are not a part of social media after they've gained a following. Like I keep all my friends that like are not a part of social media, but it's hard to make new ones because you don't really know what someone's intentions are when they meet you. And I met new people in college, like when I still had like a little bit of a following, but it's just different when you're to a different point in your like growing journey. I will kind of call myself like a middle ground influencer. Like I feel like people know me, like people will start to like recognize me now when I'm like going out. I'm still super friendly to everybody, but it would just be hard to hang out with somebody new alone. Like I feel like I meet regular people. I'm saying regular people as in people who aren't influencers. I feel like I meet regular people through my other friends that I knew before. So like if I have a friend that I knew from college and they're not an influencer, and they bring their other friend, that's how I can make a new friend, versus meeting like a stranger like that's like, oh, do you want to hang out, like through the DM? Because it's kind of like nerve-wracking in a way, kind of like stuff like, because people do ask me that too. It's kind of hard to make friends with like a complete stranger, but there are some instances where that's not true, because I'm a very friendly person. I feel like it just more so depends on your vibe. Some people know me, but I know still a lot of people don't know me. So when I was at the all black event that I showed you guys in the vlog, I saw this girl and she was just dancing, and I like to dance too, and when I see somebody dancing, I'm gonna go over there. Like I'm not the type of person who just wants to stand around. Like I danced with her a little bit. I had seen her at another event that I went to, and I think later on we followed each other, and that's like a new friend that I have now, and I'm actually gonna go to her house for a pregame tomorrow before another event. So like I do make friends with people who are non-influencers, but it's more so of like a natural thing. Do you feel that Michael is your soulmate? Do you think dating a Nigerian was the best choice? Michael is Ghanaian, guys. I feel like people ask me if I'm Nigerian too. I don't know, maybe they just thought because they thought I'm Nigerian that I'm dating a Nigerian. And the second half of this question really killed me. Like, do you think dating a Nigerian is the best choice? I don't know what y'all got against Nigerian men, but I see it. I see the animosity towards them. Do you ever deal with hate/anxiety about sharing your personal life on YouTube? I don't get any anxiety about posting my personal life on YouTube. I have anxiety in life, but not about posting hate. I don't think that I really get hate. Like, I've gotten some haterish comments here and there, but my following is literally like 98% love. Sprinkle of comments here and there, so I don't really pay attention to them. Like, some of the time they're just funny to me. People sometimes just really miss the mark when it comes to YouTubers and influencers. Like, they think that they know what something is, but it really isn't. And I feel like a lot of people do kind of wish, I don't want to say wish on our downfalls. No, it's kind of like an influencer hate train, kind of like on Twitter, or like when something goes wrong, this people be like, yeah, see, that's why I hate influencers, that's why I never follow them in the first place, that's why I don't follow any influencers. I just woke up from the dead and they told me you still not that girl. That's how I feel when people that's really how I feel when people say, yeah, I hate influencers. I don't even feel like I'm biased because I am an influencer, because I still follow girls who I like their style, who I would want to learn from, like pick up tidbits here and there for makeup, all this stuff, because influencers help us. And I'm speaking from like a non-influencer point of view. They're sharing their knowledge with you guys. Yes, we're getting paid to do so as well, but some of us genuinely want to be helpful. Some of us are not only doing sponsorships and like cut the video, like we're actually genuinely helping you guys out. Like, influence is like a natural thing in society. Like, somebody, whether they're like an influencer or not, people influence each other every single day. It's just that now some of us have bigger followings, and like now it's getting like to be a trend to be an influencer. How do I manage my finances? And I think I had seen one about how do I save my money. I feel like I'm a person who is very self-aware. Playing sports and like being like a really good student in school, I feel like I have a lot of discipline. No, not feel like, I know I have a lot of discipline and like restraint when it comes to something like my peers would more so indulge in. Like, let's just say drinking in college. I didn't drink like my first year or two in college because I was not succumbing to peer pressure. I said no. So when it comes to money, I have a good amount of discipline. Like, I've saved a lot. Like, I've actually saved a lot, and I feel like because of the influencer I am, but because I'm like a fashion influencer and hair, I am able to save a majority of my money, because what do us girls spend most of our money on? It's our upkeep, it's our jewelry, it's our clothes, it's our hair, and then there's makeup too. But like, I feel like you can get away with not spending a lot of money on makeup. But because a majority of my upkeep I get for free, I'm able to save a lot of my money, which I'm so grateful for. And even if I wasn't doing only like fashion, like I would still be able to like respect myself when it comes to like shopping for things. Yeah, that's like a huge advantage that I have, is that I don't have to buy a lot of things that I don't already have. So basically, what the things that I'm buying right now, besides from like furnishing my house because I need these things, when it comes to other stuff besides household items, I don't really have to shop for something unless I want it. The next steps, like, I'm going to start investing my money, because my money is sitting in my savings account when I should be investing it in other things so I can make more money. Because Michael said like inflation is getting higher, so my money is just losing value sitting, and I am starting to think about that. So I'm gonna start investing. This is a funny one to me. It's not a funny one to you guys probably. Someone said, do you see Michael proposing anytime soon? Are you ready for that? I do not see that man proposing to me anytime soon. And like, I'm saying that with a smile on my face because that's just how Michael is. Michael takes his time to do things. He has already told me that I'm his wife and everything like that. We want to spend the rest of my life together. And that's the thing. Like, if you're in a relationship with someone and it's been like a year and they're not already telling you that they can see you in your life long term, it might be time to kind of like run away. Because he said that he wants me as his wife, or he already knows he wants me as his wife, doesn't mean I have to have a ring on my finger right then and there, because we're still young. He just graduated this year. So Michael is not on the timeline of proposing, like, and he wasn't really on the timeline of having a girlfriend either. So like, anything can happen. I'm just not gonna like set my mind on it, because I used to be the person who was like, oh my gosh, by 25 I feel like I'm gonna be engaged, like have a husband. Girl, I turn 25 next year. Michael's not the person to do like, oh, I have to do this by this time. Like, he's not like that. And I feel like guys aren't like that. It's women who are more so like that. I feel like, I don't know, I hope you guys aren't feeling like a lot of these are like relationship questions and stuff. But I mean, my relationship is like a a good majority of my life in YouTube. So like that's mainly the questions that were answered. I'm gonna put them on the screen because I can't even find them right now, but there were a bunch of questions about me and Michael, like when are we gonna be living together? Literally like so many of them. Like, have we thought about living together? Yes. When is that gonna happen? I think maybe in the next year or so. I just moved to ATL and I do want to keep this place, I feel like, for another year. Like I want to move in with Michael right now, but there are just so many different factors. If I was to move in with Michael, y'all, I would have to move to New York. And that's so sad. Like, nothing against those y'all who live in New York, but I don't want to move there. Like, I never ever pictured myself living in New York. My thing was like LA. I feel like that was everybody's thing, and especially if you wanted to be like social media. But when I went to stay in LA for like 2 months, I said no girl. I feel like it's more so the city, the way the city is. Like, I feel like New York is known for being tough and having tough people, but when I was there, nobody was mean to me, so no. But I feel like it's more so the way the city is and the way the city looks. Like, the city is kind of dirty. The city is kind of dirty, y'all. I'm so sorry. But from what I saw, it was dirty. Even like, I mean, Times Square, they said it's gonna be dirty because that's where like a lot of people are. But like, even in Brooklyn, like the way that city, like the state of New York just leaves trash on the street. Like, I mean, I'm sure there are some nice places. I just have yet to see them. If you guys know some nice places in New York, comment them down below. Like, maybe it's in the suburbs or something, I don't know. My camera had died for a second, but I was saying that I was once on the street. I was walking home from the grocery store. It had gotten dark out, and I just started seeing rats start crossing the sidewalk, y'all. They were so big, literally bigger than the size of my foot. When it comes to me and Michael living together, I just know that I'm gonna be the one picking my life up and moving, which I don't mind. It's just, where am I moving to? He would never be the one to have to compromise the state that he's living because he has a corporate job, and I totally respect that. Like, what do I look like telling Michael, hey, come over here to ATL? Meanwhile, his investment banking job is in freaking New York. And I feel like I could do it. It just depends on the type of living situation we would be in. I absolutely know myself. I lived in like all kinds of places. Like, in college will do that to you. You will be living in a place you don't like just because the rent is cheap. I lived in a place that was $325 a month. But I have had different living situations, like, and I've like worked my way up the level, like as I've grown and as I've grown financially. That we would just have to find like an awesome apartment. Like, and the thing is, they have awesome apartments there. I feel like it's just that they're so expensive. I might have to start shopping like a year in advance for apartments. If you guys know some beautiful apartments in New York, I don't know, like that aren't far from like Manhattan. Gotta think of the train. Like, will I have a car? I tried to do the subway when I was there last time. It was an experience. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was, because like I just hate the thought of being underground. But low-key, didn't really feel like I was underground because it felt like underground was like an actual place. It was like really well lit. Like the part that I was at, I don't know if that's how the whole subway system is. So that's on that. Like, we do want to live together. It's just a matter of timing and a matter. Do you see yourself creating a business outside of YouTube, and do you ever see yourself retiring from it? I have thought of this. I am not really like a person who grew up aspiring to have their own business. I wasn't even ever against like working corporate and stuff like that. Like, low-key was gonna be a little bit fun for me. I don't know, like I still feel like it would be okay. Like, it would be work, but like I like the thought of like dressing up every day to go to work. But I never really thought about opening my own business, like being my own boss. Like, I'm on my own boss now, but in the sense of like running something. Like, I would feel like I'm the boss that will be like be heavily involved in my business, but also hire people to do the everyday functions for me. I have thought of opening something, and I feel like it would be a clothing line, which makes more sense for me, but probably clothing and jewelry. I absolutely love jewelry a lot. I feel like jewelry is kind of low-key like a passion of mine. Like, when I think of the stuff that I like outside of like YouTube. So maybe probably down the line, maybe I probably will open up like a fashion line or like a jewelry line. And the reason that I am thinking about that is because I know that I can't do YouTube forever. I am lucky enough that I have one of those faces that's gonna be young for a while. Lord, please don't jinx me as I say this. But I feel like I'm gonna look young for a while. Like, I am 24 now. Maybe I look a little bit growner now because of the outfit that I have on. But y'all, yeah, when I went to the mall, when I went to Lenox Mall, the police officer, I couldn't even get my foot through the door. She said, hold up. She was like, can I see your ID? I gave it to her. I said, yeah, I'm 24. And like, they have the policy now where it's like, if you're 18 and younger or 21 and younger, like, you can't be in there without a parent. They still like ID check me at places, basically, and they be looking at my ID so hard. Like, so I feel like I will be young for a while. It's just a matter of how long can I retain my audience, how long can I retain you guys. Like, will you guys want to watch me for a really long? Yeah, I feel like my camera keeps dying. It's like basically it's time like, girl, it's almost time to wrap this up. But basically I'm just gonna try and do YouTube for as long as I can, as long as people will watch me. But I will have had my other venture figured out by then. Maybe I might be, I'm not gonna say like a stay-at-home housewife. Like, obviously I'm gonna want to do something. Like, I'm not the type to just sit at home every day. Like, that's pushing it. I mean, I do now, but I'm doing work. I know something is going to happen. I'm gonna figure out something like I always do. Even if like I'm not a YouTuber, like there's still gonna be other ways for me to make money. Like a job, I will get a job. If I have to get a job, I'll get a job. Like, what? Like, I'm not gonna be a YouTuber that swindles all their money away by the time they're not done being a YouTuber. They don't have any more money. If I was to stop being a YouTuber, I will have a savings. Like, I'm gonna be saving, so I'm gonna be good. Oh wow, this question says, do you think you're doing good at your age? Wow, that's basically, yeah, I feel like I'm doing fantastic for my age. I'm in like the top percentile for my age group, and I have been for like I think the past year or two. Being an influencer like really allows you to do that, and I feel like that's what a lot of us influencers were experiencing. Like, you're making more money than your peers, you're making more money than the guys that you're dating, and especially being a black woman at 25 making this amount of money. It's just, I just feel really blessed. This is not a question, I just feel like I'll say this. Just family background, because I think a lot of people were confused. I'm Cameroonian. I'm the eldest of 8, I think it is. I didn't know people knew that I'm not under an agency anymore, but I just wanted to try and like manage myself. Like, my contract was up and I was just like, I just want to see if I can handle my own life and try and handle my own deals. But I feel like the next form of management that I want to find is a manager, like a single manager, not an agency, or one that allows like flexibility, because I feel like I would want to still handle some of my own deals, because I've done a great job over the past few years. I was able to get myself a super high deal with one of the companies that I worked with and managed to keep increasing that. I feel like I want to keep like my UK family and then like find a manager to bring in like new things that I've never done before, if that makes sense. I'm literally almost done, I promise. I just feel like I couldn't wrap up this life update without talking about like my health, like my physical health. I did get a few questions about like weight gain, what I'm doing for that. I'm not sure if you guys know, but like I've always wanted to gain weight since I was in college. I've always been working out. I think that just kind of came along with doing sports. It just continued for me. Like, I'm actually really disciplined in the gym. My main concern is eating enough, because I don't really eat enough. Like, I'll eat a meal a day, sometimes I don't really eat, and I don't really have appetite, so I need to get my appetite back on track. I will be giving you guys weight gain tips as I get them myself. Like, I can't make a weight gain tip video because I'm nowhere where I want to be, so that would just literally be the blind leading the blind. And I feel like once I love my body more, like, I don't know, like, I'm confident already, it's just gonna make me feel happier as like a person. Like, when I see the fit girls like on TikTok, like this one and this one, like, I love following them. Like, their body is just it for me. Yeah, someone asked me what my main goal is. Like, my main career goal is to reach the highest level I can possible. Like, I'm not even gonna put a cap on it, but I mainly wanting even more financial well-being to support my family. Like, I do send money back home every month. Like, to my parents are divorced, so like I'm doing like a 2-household thing, which is kind of a lot, but it's like they took care of me when I was younger, so like I want to be able to buy my parents a house, like get them cars. Like, that's just so much to think about. Like, if it was just me in this world, I feel like I would be so content, but because I know I need to provide for them, because, you know, our parents are not gonna be on this earth forever, and I want them to be able to enjoy the fruits of my labor while they can still like walk around well and get around. And in terms of YouTube, how it's going right now, it's going well. I wouldn't say it's going poorly, but it's not going as well as it could have. I think it is starting to pick up a little bit. Like, I just posted my last vlog and you guys really enjoyed that. Yeah, I'm not gonna be like a weekly vlogger. It wouldn't be enough for you guys. That's why I'm a really big travel vlog person, because I feel like those are just so fun for you guys to see and go on and like experience a lot of stuff. They're fun, but weekly vlogs for me are not that fun. So I feel like I won't really have fun watching them unless I have stuff to do. We'll see where I take my channel. Once my filming room is done, that's gonna be good. I'm gonna be trying to do like a little space for filming hauls that's really cutesy and girly, so wish me luck in that. I can't even believe I didn't talk about my car. Someone asked me how is my car doing. I think I got this car right here, 2019 Audi A4, and I love this car. I still haven't thought of a name for it. I literally have reverse and parking anxiety. I had a 2006 Honda, so I didn't have a reverse or a backup camera, and now I do, and I'm having difficulty putting my trust in this backup camera. If you guys really do want to keep up with me, following me on my Instagram account is the best way to do so. Like, I'm posting on there every week, mostly daily. Like, you guys get to see what TV shows I watch, commentary on them, funny stuff that I found. Like, it's just a good time over there, and like outfits and stuff like that. When you guys ask me questions, like, I do respond. But I'm gonna end this live update / Q&A here. If you guys are interested in anything else, like knowing anything else about me, comment it down below. I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for putting me in the position that I am now. I'm literally forever grateful. I literally drive a really nice car. I live in a really nice apartment. I have an extremely good boyfriend. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. We will probably do this maybe like every 6 months or something. This is kind of cool. I do like sit down videos. I might do another tipsy talk again because I actually like this. I literally love you guys so much. Keep coming back, keep subscribing, keep supporting me. Follow me on my Instagram, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
Only people know money more dope, money more dope, money more dope. General, well, okay. Up in the club, dance with all my ladies. Ladies.